On behalf of the Tacoma Athletic Commission, I want to welcome everyone to the 2020 Tom Name Salute to Sports Celebration. Normally our celebration would be brought to you at the LeMay America's Car Museum. However, given the current situation, that isn't possible this year. But it is always important for the TAC to honor and to recognize these student athletes from within our community. And that is why we are presenting the program this year in this format. My name is Jase Spirit. It's difficult for me to express what a great honor and distinct privilege it is for me to represent the Tacoma Athletic Commission as we honor our Winter Sports Athletes of the Year and also the 2020 Tom Names Salute to Sports Scholarship Award recipients. To begin our program, the TAC wants to first extend a sincere thank you to TV Tacoma for their efforts to create and to present our 2020 Tom Names Salute to Sports celebration. We are also very saddened not to be able to present our Spring Athlete of the Year program this year, but we will be back with that program next spring. Also, a big thank you once again, and as always, to the Tom and Meg Names Family Foundation, the Names Family Foundation, Paula Names Larkin and Diana Names, and also the Columbia Bank for their scholarships and a support of the AOY Athlete of the Year program. Now let's begin our program by honoring our 2020 Winter Sports Athletes of the Year. Unfortunately, we were not able to acknowledge these student athletes at our usual banquet this past March. Each of our high schools nominates their Athlete of the Year in each individual sport, and then the TAC Athlete of the Year Committee selects the overall winner. All of our award recipients are selected from our 34 Tacoma Pierce County high schools. The sports included in our Winter Athlete of the Year program are the student athletes that we are honoring have been recommended by their coaches and athletic directors from their individual high schools. The criteria we use in the selection process is threefold: athletic achievement, academic achievement, and school and community influence and support. Each of our nominees is to be congratulated for high success and achievement in each area. All of us within the TAC are tremendously proud of each of you for your dedication and commitment to success in high school, and for being the outstanding positive role models and positive forces that you have been within your school communities. Now, let's meet our TAC Winter Sports Athletes of the Year. Up first is girls wrestling, and our 2020 recipient is Claire Cunha from White River High School. Claire is a 4.0 student who is also in running start. This season, she posted an undefeated 44-0 season, was crowned state champion in the 125 weight class. She also led our White River team to the state championship. She did all of this as a junior in high school. She's from the home of the Hornets, and the TAC congratulates Claire Cunha. The next sport up is boys wrestling, and talk about a challenge. Our Athlete of the Year committee had to choose between 11 state championship wrestlers from Tacoma and Pierce County this year. But now it's time to meet our two 2020 Wrestling Athletes of the Year. And first up is Connor Goucher from Ording High School. Connor has been rated the number 2 person in each of his weight classes among all weight classifications in 2018, 2019, and again this year in 2020. This past season, he was crowned 2A 126-pound weight class state champion. What sets Connor apart is that he is truly an outstanding student athlete who exemplifies the athlete and student by his active participation in his school's ASB. Connor is his team's team leader, and he is a one-of-a-kind Orting wrestler, which says so much about him coming from a program so rich in tradition as that at Orting High School. He's from the home of the Cardinals, and the TAC congratulates Connor Goucher. Our second Athlete of the Year in boys wrestling is Ryan Wheeler from Curtis High School. Ryan has had a tremendous senior season in wrestling for the Curtis High School Vikings. He posted a 38-1 record, taking the state 4A championship at 152 pounds. He was also a champion as a sophomore at 145 pounds. Ryan has been a stalwart in the wrestling program during his high school years. Before we are through with our program, you will hear a lot more about Ryan's many achievements as a past state champion. He's from the home of the Vikings, and the TAC congratulates Ryan Wheeler. The next sport up is gymnastics. Our gymnastics Athlete of the Year is Riley Anderson from Puyallup High School. Riley holds a 3.7 GPA. This year, Riley was the 4A SPSL meet champion, winning all 4 events in the all-around with a score of 37.8. She also was the 4A district champion, winning bars, beam, and floor. Second on vault and winning the all-around with a 37.7. Other honors and awards this year: first team All-League SPSL in vault, bars, beam, floor, and SPSL MVP. In state event finals, she finished third on the bars, second on the beam, and is the 4A state vault and floor champion. Add all of this up and add her state totals into that, and she was crowned this year's state 4A all-around champion with a score of 38.3. She's from the home of the Vikings, and the TAC congratulates Riley Anderson. It's now time to recognize our Athlete of the Year winners in boys swimming and diving, and we have 2 recipients. First up is Patrick Keogh from Curtis High School. Patrick is a most outstanding high school swimmer. Last season, Patrick earned automatic All-American status in the 100 fly and won the 200 freestyle title. This season in the 4A state meet, Patrick led his team's 400 freestyle relay team to a first place finish. He took second place in the 50 freestyle and won the 100 butterfly with a time of 48.37 to be named state champion in that event. Patrick consistently encourages other swimmers around him and regularly contributes to the team's positive culture. He's from the home of the Vikings, and the TAC congratulates Patrick Keogh. Next up is William Billy Oates. Billy swims for Gig Harbor High School, and he attends Betterment Prep. Billy Oates is one of the most dynamic, talented athletes currently participating in high school swimming in the state of Washington. Billy won the 50 freestyle, 100 butterfly events, and was part of 2 winning relays for the 2019-2020 South Sound Conference Championship meet. In the finals of the WIAA 3A Boys State Championship meet, Billy put on a near-perfect performance. In the 50 freestyle, Billy touched in first place with a time of 20.53, thus repeating as the 50 freestyle champion. In the 100 backstroke, Billy had a winning time of 49.10, which ranks as the 4th fastest time in the 3A 100 backstroke all-time list. Billy was named the recipient of the WISCA Swimmer of the Year Award. It is very rare to receive this award, let alone as a sophomore. In this first 2 years of competing at the state championship meet, Billy has won 3 of 4 individual events. Only halfway through his high school career, Billy is on track to become one of the most notable and successful athletes in sport of swimming. We certainly anticipate hearing more about Billy in the future years. He swims for the Gig Harbor Tides and he studies with the Betterment Lions, and the TAC congratulates Billy Oates. Now it's time for girls bowling, and our winner is Samantha Dolan from Emerald Ridge High School. Samantha is a great team player, has a very good knowledge of the sport of bowling, and is always willing to help wherever needed. Samantha was first team All-League SPSL, team co-MVP, state 4A individual champ, as well as leading her team to winning the 4A state championship. Next up is girls basketball, and we have 4 award recipients. First to be recognized is Ella Brubaker from Curtis High School. Ella maintains a 3.9 GPA. Ella has been a 4-year starter in basketball. She was named SPSL All-League 4 times. She will graduate with 10 cumulative varsity letters. She is the ultimate team player who will gladly sacrifice individual accolades for team success. Ella combines grace, raw athletic talent, a strong competitive spirit, and a quick wit to find success both on and off the court. Curtis girls basketball advanced to the district tournament all 4 years she was in the program. It advanced to the regional round 2 of those 4 years. Ella has been in the leadership class at Curtis, and she has made Curtis a better place for all students by her great attitude and strong work ethic. She's from the home of the Vikings, and the TAC congratulates Ella Brubaker. Next up is Jocelyn Wyatt from Wilson High School. Jocelyn works hard in the classroom and is never outworked on the court. She maintains a 3.6 GPA. Jocelyn averaged 22 points per game and helped her team to the district playoffs this year. She is also averaging 7.9 rebounds per game, 5 steals and 5 assists, and locks down the opponent's best player every game. Thus, she helps her team in every category. Jocelyn's hard work on and off the court inspires her teammates to do more and to be better every single day. Her grit and grind separate her and makes her a great teammate. Jocelyn's self-motivated and is not deterred by adversity, and she will rise no matter what the circumstances might be. She's from the home of the Rams, and the TAC congratulates Jocelyn Wyatt. Our third recipient in girls basketball is Regan Barrett from Rogers High School. Regan is an incredible athlete and competitor. Through hard work, determination, and a commitment to excellence, she has worked hard to be an MVP in basketball. Regan is an awesome teammate, captain, and leader both on and off the court. She is also the all-time leading scorer in Rogers High School history with over 2,000 career points. She was first team All-SPSL as a freshman and sophomore, 2-time SPSL MVP, 2-time All-Area first team. Regan has been an incredible captain, organizing off-season workouts, fall league, and team building opportunities. She has taken on many off-season coaching duties as well. Regan is the role model for the young girls who are at all the games and spends hours serving them both on and off the court. There's more to come regarding Regan later in our program. She's from the home of the Rams, and the TAC congratulates Regan Barrett. Next, but certainly not least, let's hear it for Julianna Walker from Any Right. Don't let Julianna's scoring ability fool you. She's a true point guard who will create separation from the defender due to her amazing ball handling skills. Julianna racked up double-digit assists in 12 games this past season. Defensively, she's tenacious. She anticipates the pass exceptionally well and will wrestle the ball away anytime it's visible. Julianna's career averages 34.5 points per game, over 6 assists, 6 steals, and 6 rebounds. Only a junior, she's on pace to shatter the Washington State scoring record of 2,881 points. Julianna's teammates feed off her positivity and her energy. She makes playing the game fun and makes watching the game exciting at all times. Students at any rate want to be the next Julianna Walker, girls and boys alike, as 5th grade students can be found on the courts at recess, shooting Julianna range 3-pointers. Julianna is a once-a-decade type of player. She's from the home of the Gators, and the TAC congratulates Julianna Walker. Now, it's time for boys basketball, and we have 2 2020 recipients. First up is Tanner Wallen from White River High School. This season, Tanner led his team to the SPSL 2A East title with an undefeated 13-0 mark in league. He averaged 26 points per game with a deadly shot from the 3-point range, was named 2A SPSL MVP, and took his team to the 2A state tournament. Tanner says the difference with this year's Hornet team was the way the team played together, leaving behind egos and individual stats to truly become a cohesive unit. Tanner's coach says he is a great teammate who genuinely cares about all of his peers, well before caring about himself. He's from the home of the Hornets, and the TAC congratulates Tanner Wallen. Up next in boys basketball is Jase Spirit from Rogers High School. Jase is the very first 4-year starter in Rogers High School basketball history, starting for the Rams as a freshman. He also helped his team win the academic state championship as a junior and was voted first team 4A SPSL All-League as a senior. Jase has scored over 1,000 points in his career. Jase's coach says that he is the fiercest competitor he has ever coached, and that he is Rogers High School team leader and has had a phenomenal career. Regarding his family, Jase says, no matter how good we play or how badly, whatever the results are, our parents are always there for us, trying to get us better and helping us no matter what. Oh, and by the way, just in case you didn't know, Jase is the twin to our previously mentioned Ram star, Regan Barrett. What a proud family the Barretts are. He's from the home of the Rams. Let's congratulate Jase Barrett. And our final athlete of the year in boys basketball is Julian Simon from Lincoln High School. Julian was all-league first team in basketball, averaging 15 points per game, 4 assists, and 7 rebounds. Julian is a model student athlete, maintaining a 3.8 GPA while taking AP classes. He helps others out, stays after to get classwork done. He is respectable and does whatever is asked of him. His coach says that he is the best and most respectful student athlete he has ever met, and that he is always a team first athlete. Julian has 22 D1 football scholarships in hand, and he is a recent verbal commit to USC. He's humble, respectful, and is a great leader in the classroom and on the court. He's coachable and does whatever the team needs. He's from the home of the Oates, and just a junior, the TAC congratulates Julian Simon. The best testament to our student athletes that we are honoring is that even though we've only selected a few, Each one of our high schools has many athletes of the year who provide student leadership, inspiration, and are great positive influences within their classrooms. Each one makes a difference within their school community, and we honor and acknowledge these student athletes for their great accomplishments. Now, it goes without saying that success of our student athletes also comes from the dedication and commitment of their proud parents and families, from their schools, coaches, teachers, athletic directors, and administrators. And the TAC commends and thanks all of you for your ever-present and total dedication to all of the students and athletes within our Tacoma Pierce County high schools. And now, the moment that we've all been waiting for, the TAC Athlete of the Year Selection Committee would like you to meet the 2020 TAC Award winners and named scholarship winners. Our TAC scholarships include the Clay Huntington Sports Communication Scholarship for $2,500, Stan Nacarado Sports and Civic Betterment Scholarship, $2,500, the Clint Names Male and Female Multisport Scholarships, $5,000 each, the Tom Names Male and Female Inspirational Scholarships, $5,000 each, and the Sis and Scott Names TAC Male and Female Athlete of the Year Scholarships at $10,000 each. Once again, and as always, we are in deep gratitude, and we extend our sincere thank yous to the Names Family Foundation, the Tom and Meg Names Family Foundation, for their perpetual support of our TAC student athletes. And here we go. Let's start with the Clay Huntington Sports Communication Scholarship Award that is presented in Clay's name. Clay started writing and broadcasting while still a student at Lincoln High School. While attending the College of Puget Sound, he worked for the Tacoma Times and also KMO Radio. He was one of the founders of the Tacoma Athletic Commission, the first voice of the Tacoma Tigers, and broadcasted the Tacoma Rockets hockey. He's a former Pierce County Commissioner and founder of the State of Washington Sports Hall of Fame. Clay also owned radio station KLAY. The Clay Huntington Scholarship Award is a TAC effort dedicated in Clay's name to assist worthy Tacoma Pierce County high school students in their pursuit of journalism and broadcasting at the college of their choice. In our 2020 Clay Huntington Award winner is Daniel Schur from Peninsula High School. Daniel has earned a varsity letter in community service as a junior and a senior with over 250 hours of credit. He's an Eagle Scout in Boy Scout Troop 220. Although never playing football beyond flag football, he has always loved the sport and the game, especially the effort, the strategy, and ultimately the passion that goes into the game of football and all games. Daniel is the public address announcer for his high school sporting events. And for the last 2 years, he has been given the title, the Voice of the Seahawks. His favorite announcers are Kyle Brandt, Charles Davis, and Joe Tessitore, as he loves the charisma that they all bring with them to each and every broadcast and the energy that is produced whenever they turn their mics on. His ultimate dream is to have a prime time spot in the booth in front of the camera for NFL games, working for NBC, CBS, or even Fox Sports. Daniel will be attending Washington State University this fall, majoring in communications and minoring in sports journalism. Now there's a school that knows journalism, the home of the Edward R. Murrow College of Communication and also alumnus Keith Jackson. Get ready for another communications broadcaster. Daniel, congratulations on receiving the TAC Clay Huntington Sports Communication Scholarship Award.
Thank you so much. I'm grateful that the TAC would recognize me and all my hard work that I put into it, and I'm excited to see what I can do.
You bet. So, Daniel, now most students involved in athletics aspire to be actively involved in the game on the field or in the court. You've taken a different direction here. What inspired you to get into sports broadcasting?
Sports broadcasting, I've always enjoyed how people put together the productions, and I've always wanted to be in front of the camera. When I was a young kid, my friends and parents used to say, I'm a ham, I always wanted the limelight. And I guess that still carried over into who I am today. But I remember sitting on the couch watching football with my family, and how the commentators in the booth would always have cool phrases that they got to say. And I thought, well, I want to get paid to say cool phrases. And when I started training to become a sports commentator that I do at the high school, I just got better and better. And I'm like, you know what? I could make something out of this.
You bet. So, Daniel, are there some people who've inspired you or helped you along the way to foster your interest and your involvement in sports broadcasting?
Well, I got to give a shout out to my idol, Joe Buck, obviously, one of the best to do it. And but I've definitely had a lot of mentors along the way. My radio teacher from this year, Mr. Smith, Julian Smith, he was a great guy, great to learn behind. My avid teacher who got me into sports commentating at the high school, Byron Miranda, another great guy. So it's nice to have this huge support system to mentor me on my way.
So, do you take a little ribbing some of your friends or family members at times for your involvement in this?
Yeah, some of them wondered why I'm not on the field and why I'm up in the booth, but I always tell them it's nice to be up in the booth with a cup of coffee than down on the field with a broken leg.
You got it. So, sports broadcasting, do you have a most memorable event or something you've been involved with that you'd like to share with us or involving sports broadcasting?
Yeah, I absolutely love doing public address for the basketball games for Peninsula High School. Every year we have Fish Bowl, obviously, which is a football game, but we call it basketball games Swish Bowl. So that's when the Gig Harbor and Peninsula play basketball, and that's a fantastic time. But I was public addressing for it this year, and the boys were down going into the fourth. And I'd like to think that I brought the hype to the game in order to bring them back in the fourth in order to win. So that felt pretty good. That's got to be a highlight for me.
You bet. Well, there's always been a great tie-in and closeness between the announcers and the athletes and the coaches on the court. So obviously you've picked up on that. Tell us about your plans for next year and your aspirations for a future in sports broadcasting.
Well, I will be attending Washington State University in the fall. Go Cougs. And I'm excited to get involved right away as soon as I step foot on campus. I plan to get a job at the sports information desk my first day there, and just to get my foot in the door in the broadcasting field. They have a lot of opportunities. It's the best communications program in the state of Washington, and I plan on being a product of the best communications program in the state of Washington.
Well, again, Daniel, the TAC congratulates you, your family, and your school for receiving the Clay Huntington Sports Communication Scholarship Award. And Clay would be very, very proud to know you and to know that you are receiving this honor in his name. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you to the TAC as well.
Next up is the Stan Nacarado Sports and Civic Betterment Award. This award is being presented in Stan's honor as Mr. Tacoma, the man who saved Pacific Coast League baseball in our community, the man who spearheaded and financing campaign for the Dome of Our Own. This award goes each year to a student who best exemplifies Stan's passion and commitment to sports and civic betterment within our Tacoma Pierce County community. In 2020, our award recipient is Ella Littoral from Emerald Ridge High School. We have all heard so much about Ella's athletic prowess and achievement, but it's her commitment to sports and civic betterment that have garnered her this award. Ella was the foundation, rock and glue, that held the Emerald Ridge volleyball team together the last several years. She's a dynamic leader on the court, a dependable and hardworking student, and an outstanding contributor to the positive culture in the hallways of Emerald Ridge High School. Ella's community service projects include Tacoma Public Schools, coach for elementary school students, introducing them to volleyball, Rage Volleyball Program, volunteer for 4 seasons, coaching elementary school age volleyball students and players. Yes Foundation Federal Way Middle School Clinic presenter, Dig Paint fundraising program, helping her team raise over $3,000 to fund breast cancer research, creating inspirational cards sent to women fighting breast cancer. And Ella has been involved in the ERHS Service and Leadership Club. Stan would be so proud of you, Ella.
I think that it's always a good thing to give back to your community, because then you're most likely to get good things back to you. I think I've learned mainly from my volleyball coaches, especially Gill Wallen. She's taught me a lot about serving and always giving back, and it's just a good thing to do.
So you see a tie in there between athletics then and giving back to your community?
Yes, for sure. I know for like my volleyball teams, we're always going out doing things for our communities and helping serve others. And yeah.
Wonderful. So Ella, is there 1 or 2 specific community service projects that are closest to your heart?
I'd say with my experience, it means a lot to me to teach younger kids, like especially like with volleyball, like we've had the opportunity to coach younger, like elementary and junior high age teenagers, kids, and I just love doing that because you get to learn and have someone to look up to.
Yeah, wonderful. So Ella, who do you credit for guiding you in the success that you've achieved? And who would you like to acknowledge and thank?
I definitely like to thank my parents first, because they're always there to support me, and they're always at my games, and they put so much time and effort into me and supporting what I do. And I like to thank my high school coaches, Bobby McGivern and Jill Mullen, for always giving me opportunities and helping me along the way with school and academics and volleyball. And yeah, they support me as well and push me hard every single day.
So many people to thank. So Ella, tell us about your plans for next year and your hopes and aspirations for the future.
This year, I am going to play volleyball on a full scholarship at Texas A&M Corpus Christi, and I plan to study education and kinesiology there. And yeah, I'm actually leaving pretty soon for that, so I'm excited.
Wonderful. Ella, it goes without saying that Stan would be so proud of you, and the TAC congratulates you, your family, and your school.
Thank you.
Let's continue with the Clinton Ames Multisport Scholarships. Clint was an all-state hoopster for Stadium High School on the Stadium High School State Champions of 1959. He was captain of the University of Washington Husky basketball team and also the conference champion in golf. Clint was also a 12th time Fircrest Golf Club champion. In the 2020 Clinton Ames Female Multi-Sports Excellent Award scholarship recipient is Ella Brubaker from Curtis High School. Ella's varsity sports include basketball, soccer, and track. She maintains a 3.9 GPA while taking 6 AP classes. She will graduate with 10 varsity letters and was recognized on the SPSL All-League team 7 times, 3 in soccer and 4 in basketball. Ella combines grace, raw athletic talent, and a strong competitive spirit and a quick wit to find success both on and off the court. Ella is Curtis High School's all-time leading scorer with 1,183 points and averaged 19.4 points and 8 rebounds per game as a senior. Ella's been a captain in both soccer and basketball the last 2 years. She's a Curtis girls soccer advanced to the district championships 3 of the 4 years that she was in the program, and advanced to the state tournament this past season. Curtis girls basketball advanced to the district tournament all 4 years she was in the program, and got to the final round of 2 years. Ella's been in the leadership class at Curtis and has been a member of the National Honor Society. She is friendly, engaging, and has the ability to positively influence all of those around her. As a result, she's made Curtis High School a better place for all students. You won't find a better all-around student athlete than Ella Brubaker. She has all of the intangibles: great attitude, strong work ethic, is coachable, and all about team. So Ella, basketball, soccer, track and field, and a 3.9 GPA. Is it possible to say which one of those most inspired you or is the closest to your aspirations as you look to the future?
I would say basketball has just had the biggest impact on me, just because of the people I've met and the environment I was in at Curtis and with my club teams I've been a part of has just really pushed me to be a better player and person. And so that's kind of why I fell in love with the sport. And I'm just excited to do that in my future also.
You betcha. Great sport, basketball.
Yeah.
So in all of your athletic success, maybe basketball is most important here. Is there a moment or an event that you most remember and cherish in your high school career?
It's hard to pick one. I would say our trip to Arizona my junior year was really special. Just the on-court experience, but also just the off-court experience too with my team it was one of the highlights of my high school career, and just the bond that we created, and we were able to carry it into the rest of the season and win some of the most games in our school's history. So that was a really special year.
So do you see a connection then between success on the court and how a team works together off the court?
Yes, definitely. I think if you can have a bond with your teammates off the court and build that chemistry, it's something that can't be replaced, because you can have as much talent as you need, but if you don't work well together and kind of have that play for each other mentality, then you can't win games. So
well stated.
Yeah.
So Ella, with a 3.9 GPA, there must be a class or two that you enjoy the most. Can you tell us which ones those might be?
I would say I really enjoyed my English class my junior year. My teacher, Mr. Perkins, is one of my favorites. And that was just a really fun class to kind of build our writing skills. And we talked a lot about issues that were like prevalent to today too. So it was kind of like a combination of a lot of classes. And I also liked my AP government class this year. My soccer coach was actually my teacher. And so that was fun to have him, see him on the classroom side instead of like yelling on the field. I got to see him in the classroom. So that was pretty cool.
Absolutely. So you've been an active participant in so many sports and activities. Must be some people you'd like to thank and acknowledge.
Yeah, definitely. I would like to thank my parents, first of all, for their support and all the, driving me to practice, whether it's soccer, basketball, and my mom encouraged me to do track also. And so I did that my freshman year, and that was pretty special. So my parents, and then also my coaches, my soccer coach, Coach Hankel. I had an amazing 4 years playing under him. So soccer is definitely one of the sports that I'm going to miss a lot next year, but I just want to thank him. And then my coach this year, Coach Viggers for basketball. He kind of stepped in pretty last second for a high school job and helped us in our senior year. And then my coach my first 3 years, Coach Jackie. So
great. So Ella, what are your plans for this coming year and your aspiration for the future years?
Well, next year I will be attending the Masters University in Santa Clarita, California. It's an NAIA school, so I'll be playing basketball there. And I'm undecided for my major right now, but I'm thinking about doing business and kind of just going in with an open mind and seeing what the future holds there.
Wonderful. Congratulations again.
Thank you so much.
There is no doubt, Ella, that you are Clint Name's type of multi-sport student athlete. And the team
so much.
Congratulate you, we congratulate your family, and we congratulate your school. Congratulations again.
Thanks again.
Now, on to the Clint Names Male Multi-Sports Excellent Award Scholarship. And the 2020 recipient is Nolan Casey from Peninsula High School. Nolan has demonstrated leadership beyond his years while at Peninsula. His work ethic, humility, and tenacity make him the special young adult student athlete that he is. Nolan's ability to encourage, lead, and demonstrate a positive, even-keeled approach to his school's wrestling program has had a lasting effect on his younger peers. Nolan was South Sound Conference League champion, Region 4 champion, and the 3A state wrestling champion at 160 pounds. In addition to wrestling, he was the South Sound Conference defensive most valuable player in football. Nolan is approached every day as an opportunity to get better and lead from the front. His actions have spoken far louder than his words the past 4 years. Nolan has cemented himself as a champion at Peninsula High School. Nolan is also an accomplished woodworker and pottery sculptor. His family has taught him the value of working for what you want, both inside and outside of the athletic arena. What makes Nolan unique is what makes every young, impressionable teenager unique. He looks to learn from his experiences and is always seeking a different avenue to enhance his life inside and outside of sports. So Nolan, congratulations in receiving the TAC Clint Names Multisports Excellent Award and Scholarship.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. So Nolan, you've been crowned a state wrestling champion. What a great honor that is. And as we also know, you're also the South Sound Conference Defensive MVP in football. 2 phenomenal awards. Does one of those carry more weight for you than the other, or one sport more than the other?
I mean, of course, I give my all to the sport I'm in. Wrestling plays a special part of my life just because my entire family was wrestlers, and I've been wrestling since I was growing up. I just started football in high school and kind of went with it, but, wrestling is where my heart's at.
So tell us a little bit about your history in wrestling. What age did you start? How long you've been involved in it?
So yeah, I started at the age of 3 and a half, right around that age. And then, just did kind of club sports, never took it really competitively. And then right around high school, I kind of figured out, this is my thing. I want to take off in this, area.
Wonderful. So obviously you're very involved in athletics. You've got a lot of interest outside of athletics also. So what value do you place on those interests in being a multi-dimensional student athlete that you are?
Yeah, you can only play sports for so long. So, you got to look at other stuff too. Of course, classroom is number one. But then, I appreciate the arts a lot. I'm actually really big into ceramics. I got student of the quarter in my ceramics class. So, just, appreciating the finer things of life.
So is there something in your family background or people that have given you an interest in the fine arts?
Not especially. Just, kind of growing up, you start to realize things, and, my family isn't really big into art, and I kind of noticed that a thing that's, special to me as an individual. So, I kind of enjoy that.
Wonderful, Nolan. So now look at who do you credit and wish to thank for helping you and giving you some direction and leadership along the way to help you with all the successes that you've had in school?
Well, of course, I always want to give, thanks to my family and my friends. And then, of course, my coaches. They led me a long part of the way. Special thanks to Corey. He was one of the coaches that really helped me, expand my skills as a wrestler and as a person. So special thanks to Corey. And, all the people that have supported me on the way. And then you got to thank the good Lord himself.
Amen. Thank you, Nolan, very, very much. And congratulations to you, your family, and your school for the success that you've had in school and for receiving this award here in the name of Clint Names, Multisports Excellent Award winner. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next are the Tom Names Inspirational Athlete of the Year Awards. Tom was a CDM High School graduate and a UPS four-year letterman in basketball, as well as a Furcrest Golf Club champion. He was a longtime TAC member, and one of his very last wishes was to generously and to significantly impact the importance of the Tacoma Athletic Commission Athlete of the Year program. In our 2020 Female Inspirational Athlete of the Year award recipient is Sydney Evans from Puyallup High School. Sydney's accomplishments include all-league and all-area basketball this past season. She was also team captain for both golf and basketball. She's a three-time first-team SPSL player, three-time member of the WSCA All-State Soccer Team, and the 2019 SPSL Offensive Player of the Year. Sydney is a ball-seeking missile. She hunts the ball, pressures defenses, and finds a way to score. She has all the tools necessary for the position. She's athletic, fast, aggressive, can score with shots from distance, volleys right and left-footed. She can score with her head and generates assists for her teammates. Sydney was a key component in 3 state SPSL League championships, while also being the PHS leading scorer each year. She is also sweet, kind, and positive, and every student athlete on her team respects her enormously. Sydney has dealt with and overcome significant challenges in her life, family health issues, and so forth, that necessitated her transferring, and because of a technicality, lost her eligibility as a freshman, resulting in her having to play junior varsity. In doing so without a whimper, and with an all-out effort and enthusiastic encouragement with her fellow JV teammates in every match and turnout, she has to be the best JV player in the history of the universe. Cindy, congratulations on receiving the TAC Female Inspirational Athlete of the Year Award in the name of Tom Names. You participated in golf, basketball, soccer. There must be several people who have helped you along the way in these sports and in school that you would like to acknowledge and to thank.
Yes, I would like to thank my family, my friends, my coaches, and also I want to do a huge thank you to the Tacoma Athletic Commission's Tom and Meg's Name Foundations and the Names Family Foundations. There's 2 people I want to do a big shout out to. My dad, he has always traveled everywhere with me for soccer, and it means a lot because everyone likes when their parents go and travel. And then I want to do a huge thank you to my mom. She's been sick for 3 years, and she's always trying to go out there and be supportive when I play. And yeah, so I just want to do a huge thank you to all those people.
Yeah, wonderful. So many people to thank. So in your high school years, you transferred schools, met some new students, new teachers, new coaches, a new school community. Tell us what you've learned about yourself and about others from these experiences.
Yeah, so I went to Fife and I transferred 9th grade, and everyone in Puyallup, they have been so nice to me, welcoming. The teachers are always giving their best to us, and I just want to say thank you to them too, because they're all just so welcoming and I love it there.
Yeah, wonderful. So you've been extremely successful in all 3 sports. What about your biggest thrill, most memorable event that you participated in your high school career?
Yeah, so the best memory was definitely scoring with 30 seconds left in the state championship for soccer. It was a big deal, and it was just so awesome.
Well, every score is a big deal. So tell us a little bit more about the game and the setting here.
Okay, so it was 30 seconds left in overtime, and we were all just so scared because we have to get a goal to win, and our dream has been to win the state because we've always had a bad curse. We've never made it that far. So 30 seconds left, and my friend Mare, she saw the ball go over the defender's head, so she sprinted really far to the end line,
and crossed it in, and I could just tell that it was going to go where I wanted it to go. So I ran up and shot it into the corner of the goal.
Oh, congratulations to you
Thank
and
you.
your team. It's wonderful, wonderful.
Yes.
So, getting ready to leave home, move on in your life. What are your plans for next year and in the future?
So I had some struggles with colleges. I was close to committing to Concordia Portland, and then the school shut down. So I was on a search for colleges again, and the coach that went to Concordia, he got a new job at Humboldt University and wanted me to play there, but my family is relocating to Arizona, and I wanted to stay close to home. So I started talking to Northern Arizona, and it didn't go so well because of the whole COVID-19, and they didn't want to add players. So I decided to take the long road and do Scottsdale Community College and play there for 2 years, and then transfer to a 4-year.
Wonderful. Good
Yeah.
plans during trying times.
Yeah.
A lot of thoughts have gone into all of that with your family, I'm sure. So way to go.
Thank you.
So look, in closing, Tom Names was an inspirational athlete and man, and he would be very, very proud to know that you received this honor in his name, Sydney. So congratulations to you from the TAC. Best of luck to you in the future.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next is the Tom Names Male Inspirational Athlete of the Year Award. And our recipient is Mac Vukic from Curtis High School. Mac has participated in Curtis's boys tennis program. He was named team captain and team most inspirational award recipient. Mac's coach says he was the best leader on the team. He's compassionate and empathetic towards his teammates. Through all the hardships and adversity in his life, he has persisted with enthusiasm and hard work, and he has inspired everyone around him. Mac pushes people to do their best, and his presence on the team shows people what can be done when you commit yourself and everyone around you to being the best that you possibly can be each and every single day. As you may not know, Mac was born with bilateral club foot. At the age of 18, Mac has had 17 surgeries, and he requires the use of leg braces to navigate through each day. Mac played tennis at the highest level on his team this year as a member of the Curtis High School #1 boys doubles team. Mac has been an inspiration to his team, his coach, his teachers, and also all of us at the Tacoma Athletic Commission. So Mac, congratulations on being named the Tom Names Inspirational Athlete of the Year from Curtis High School. So Mac, tennis has obviously been your sport. Tell us a little bit about tennis as a sport and what most attracted you to tennis.
Yeah, so when I was a kid, I tried all sorts of sports like baseball, soccer, basketball. But, I really found my home in tennis because it's just enough of that high intensity and teamwork that really kept me going or kept me wanting to get better.
Yeah, wonderful. Now, you've been known around school for your compassion, empathy, inspirational, as being named captain and team most inspirational. Mac, would you please relate to us how overcoming some of the obvious challenges in your life presented you with, I guess, an opportunity to excel and to really bring out these character traits?
Yeah, so I was born with a physical disability called bilateral clubfoot and arthrogryposis, and that was severely limiting to my physical motion and stuff like that. I've had 17 surgeries, and I've always had to think through problems a little bit differently and try a little bit harder than everybody else. And it may look a little different, but I still get the job done. I still think I do a pretty good job.
So out of some adversity, you see some positives that have come to you in your life?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Yeah, well, tell us a little bit about that. 17 surgeries is significant. I assume those have gone on throughout your life. Is there a point where you could say, hey, tennis is going to help me kind of become the man I want to be, the person I want to be, and able to, again, interject those character traits that you're so noted for?
Yeah, with tennis, you have to be compassionate, you have to be smart, you have to be quick on your feet. And with the surgeries I've had, the last one I had was 4 years ago, I think. And that's right when I was starting to play tennis for the high school. And I was getting out of the surgery and I got to tennis. And it was just, in the beginning, it was slow and I had to take my time to get back into it. And the tennis community is just so compassionate, like you said, and just so welcoming. And it was really nice to find a home and have people that kind of understood or tried to understand what you went through and still played with you to the best of their abilities.
Yeah. Well, wonderful. Inspiration is such a huge part of sports and all that we do in life.
Yeah.
So certainly, Mac, there's got to be a number of people that have helped you along the way in life and in sports. Who would you like to thank?
I'd love to thank my mom, Brooke Vukic, my dad, Steve Vukic, my little twin brothers, Case and Cole, the creator of the devices I wear called the ExoSense. His name is Ryan Blanc. He operates at a hanger clinic over in Gig Harbor. And my orthopedic surgeon, Dr. Mosca, he's a huge one. Obviously the TAC and the Tom and Meg Names Foundation. Means a lot to me because I grew up knowing them.
Wonderful. So, Mac, you're graduating this spring. What are your plans for the future as you move forward with your life?
Right now, I'm training to become a commercial pilot. I'm flying out of the Tacoma Narrows Airport through a program called PAVCO, where I'm getting my private pilot's license. And then this next fall, I'll be heading over to Moses Lake, which is a little town out in the middle of nowhere, and I'll be attending the Big Bend Commercial Pilot Program.
Well, wonderful, Mac. Tom Names would have been so honored to have known you. And the TAC congratulates you. We wish you the absolute best of luck as you move forward within your life. Congratulations, Mac.
Thank you.
We are down to our 2020 CIS and Scott Names TAC Female and Male Athletes of the Year. Scott and Sis and family were honored by the TAC as the first family of sports in Tacoma in 2007. Their contributions to sports, athletics, and facilities throughout Tacoma and Pierce County cannot and never will be underestimated or underappreciated. Their legacy lives on through their family and their foundations. And the CIS Names TAC Female Athlete of the Year is Regan Barrett from Rogers High School. Regan maintains a 3.9 GPA. Regan is an incredible athlete and competitor. Through hard work, determination, and a commitment to excellence, she has worked hard to be an MVP in both softball and basketball, and was selected as the MVP of the SPSL in basketball 2 years in a row. In basketball, she's the all-time leading scorer for Rogers High School with over 2,000 career points. She was two-time SPSL MVP, all-area first team as a junior and a senior. She was also our TAC Co-Player of the Year. In softball, without being able to play sports this past spring, she was first team all SPSL her freshman, sophomore, and junior years. All area first team sophomore year and junior year. All state first team as a sophomore. All state second team as a freshman and also a junior. She's the TAC Co-Player of the Year in her junior year. Max Preps ranks Regan as the #1 softball player in the state of Washington. She's a role model for younger girls who are at her games, and she spends hours serving them both off and on the court. Regan is a true servant leader, and she has done an incredible job creating a legacy for future Rams to follow. What makes her rare is her ability to do this in two sports and have a humble heart that continues to strive for excellence. So Regan, congratulations on being named the CIS Names Female Athlete of the Year from Rogers High School.
Thank you so much. This is a big honor.
Absolutely it is. And what a tremendous career you have had in both basketball and softball at Rogers. You've had so much success in each. I got to ask you, was it difficult to choose which one you wanted to go and proceed with in college? Basketball, softball, softball?
For sure. At a young age, like I loved both, and I never really thought I would have to choose one or the other, but it definitely came to one of those points in my life where both of them were taking too much time. So I ended up choosing softball just because I liked it a little bit more, but I'm lucky to have been able to play like both in high school. So
wonderful. Now, obviously, it's all about family and the Barrett family when it comes to participation in sports, huh? You and your twin brother Jase going through school together, participating along one another through the years. Your Aunt Amy, your mom's sister, your high school basketball coach. Your mom's a head softball coach at Pacific Lutheran University. There's got to be some spirited competition through the years, as well as family camaraderie around sports through the years within your household. What can you tell us about your family's commitment to sports and also about the value that your family has brought to sports in your life?
Oh, for sure. My family loves sports, and always on the TV there's sports playing, and we're always in the backyard playing against each other. My brother have had a fair share of our one-on-one games, and it also helps that our cousins live right across the street, so we're always playing wiffle ball games out there and playing sports as a family, no matter what sport it is. It could be wiffle ball, basketball, football, or anything.
So, spirited competition between you and your brother, brother-sister rivalry, some good camaraderie, any little stories or anything along the line there would be interesting for us to hear.
I mean, he's a big trash talker, so those games didn't always end up in happy times, but they definitely made both of us better until he grew like way taller than me. But we definitely played each other one-on-one a lot, and they were good times.
You bet. Now, being from a family that's so knowledgeable about sports, you'd have a game, successes, maybe have some challenges. How did that roll with your family after the game and being able to talk about sports and learn from things and et cetera?
It's huge, like to know that no matter how good of a game you had or bad, like my parents were always there for me, like telling me what I could have done better, whether that be my performance or my attitude, but they were always there to be hard on me, but at the same time support me and help me grow in all aspects of the game and in life. So yeah.
Wonderful. So with all the sports you've been involved in, there's got to be some people here that you feel you need to acknowledge and to thank.
Yes, for sure. I first off want to thank the Tacoma Athletic Commission just for like all you guys do for the community and all the athletes in high school and recognizing all of us. It really means a lot. I'd also like to thank my parents because without them, I wouldn't have been able to accomplish anything and everything that they do for me. My grandparents, my aunts and uncles, they're always at my game supporting me and helping me get better. And yeah, that's about it.
Well, congratulations, Regan, on a great career. We know you're a University of Washington softball commit, so we look forward to seeing you in the future years there at Huskyville. The TAC is really proud of you, and Sis Names would have absolutely loved to have known you. So best of luck to you in your future years.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. And now it's time for our final award, the Scott Names TAC Male Athlete of the Year. And our Scott Names TAC Male Athlete of the Year is Ryan Wheeler from Curtis High School. As a junior, Ryan was the 2019 state champion at 145 pounds. He likely also would have won as a sophomore had he not broken his collarbone. He hit a growth spurt as a freshman and moved up several weight classes. He's as strong as anyone in the present class at 152 pounds and has the agility of a lower weight class wrestler. He has such fast feet and he doesn't have to utilize them, says his coach. He's comfortable standing in front of you and making you have to defeat that strength. He knows where he wants to be, stays tight, and doesn't make errors. Ryan finished the season 38-1 and was crowned the 4A state champion at the 152 weight-pound class. His career record is 156 wins versus 11 defeats. Ryan and his family were instrumental in building the success of the Curtis High School wrestling program this past decade, as he will work with and mentor any wrestler in the room. Ryan has always been team first and would selflessly wrestle sick or injured if the team needed him to. Some wrestlers are good, others are great. Then there are the untouchables. These are the most unbeatable high school wrestlers from around the state. And the News Tribune says that Ryan Wheeler is untouchable. Ryan is a Colorado Mesa wrestling commit. The Vikings are proud of Ryan, and the patriarch of the Names family, Scott, would also be. What a phenomenal career you have had on the mats. Lots of successes, state championships, disappointing injury or two. Looking back over it all, with so many accomplishments, is there one event or one experience that is most memorable to you?
Oh, I don't know. There's so many that have shaped the wrestler I am today. I don't know. Big matches in state. I don't know. There's so many. I couldn't tell you one.
So tell us about your state championships.
I went for 3 years. Freshman year, got third, and then my senior year, won it. My junior year, I had state champs, 2 state champs in it. The final state champ from Oregon, so good tournament. And this year, another state champ, and came on top. It's good.
So wrestling's a very grueling sport. Have there been any injuries along the way for you, Ryan?
Oh yeah, for sure. I've had knee problems, shoulder problems, hands, elbow. I mean, so many back problems. I've broke my collarbone my sophomore year, all kinds of things.
So those are physical things. You also have to have a mental aspect to overcoming, etc. Is there something that you draw in within your character to overcome those injuries?
Yeah, I mean, I know it hurts, but it's not gonna kill me. So it's kind of helps me just push through it. I just keep wrestling. So I don't know. I kind of get used to it after a while.
There you go. So so often in sports, we hear the word team. Now you and your family and the family there that you have at Curtis High School work together to build and to strengthen that wrestling program at Curtis. In that context, what significance does the term team have or mean to you?
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't be the wrestler I am today without my team. They helped build me and all my training partners, and they pushed me in the room, and I helped push them in the room. And I mean, none of us could be where we would be at without each other. And so, for sure, it's definitely a team sport more than it's individual, but it's also a team. So.
Well stated. Individual sport, but also a team sport. So there's got to be some people here along the road that have helped you with all your successes. Ryan, who would you like to acknowledge and to thank?
I think my coaches, Goucher, Coach Kalani, my club coach, Ford, all my national team coaches helped me out. My training partners, Adrian, St. Germain, Jeremiah, Sandoval, and a bunch of other kids. Help me who I am. So
wonderful. So
yeah.
Ryan, your plans for the future next year, inspirational, what's going to lead you into the future, insightfulness, what do you think's coming? What are your plans?
Next year I'm at Colorado Mesa University. Really excited. Hoping to start out wrestling next year. Might not redshirt, so I'm kind of excited. So I don't know. There's a lot to come. So.
Congratulations to you, Ryan, to your family, and to your school for receiving the Scott Names Male Athlete of the Year Award and Scholarship. We wish you nothing but the best in your future years. Congratulations, Ryan.
Thank you.
Well, There you have it. Once again, the Tacoma Athletic Commission members are extremely proud to acknowledge and to honor these high school student athletes, their families, and their schools for all that they do for the betterment of not only themselves and their families, but also for all of us who live and prosper within the Tacoma and Pierce County community. And finally, remember to always and in all ways be true to your school